That's a tantalizing prospect. If ever I saw anyone who's talking about tantalizing, it's time for the CEO.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the TBS champion, the CEO, Mercedes Moné.
Conspicuous by their absence, all the titles around the waist, shoulders and other limbs of Mercedes Moné. But there's a reason why they're right beside us. Oh, Miss Moné, what a moment. Oh, what an honor it is to sit next to you.
Of course, All In Texas coming up on the 12th of July. Toni Storm.
Me. Listen, I'm the conversation. People talk about me, not the other way around. So let me enjoy my dinner in peace.
More than a pleasure to do so.
Well, there you see her with all her gold. But she's looking for the AEW Women's World Championship at All In on July 12th.
Quite a buffet. I'd love to get a bite of that.
Introducing first, accompanied by Sky Blue from Bloomington, Minnesota, Julia Hart.
Very foreboding, intimidating entrance for the very young and talented Julia Hart with 54 singles wins in her AEW career.
Certainly a bewitching theme, fitting. Julia Hart, alongside their Sky Blue, a vicious sister of sorts.
And now, here comes the champ.
And her opponent, accompanied by Luther, from Stage 7 at Warner Brothers Studios, she is the AEW Women's World Champion, Toni Storm!
The one, the only, timeless Toni Storm. And of course, Luther, as Toni makes her way towards the buffet table.
Well, let's see if she's going to take another bite. Like last week. He's having a sniff of success.
Oh,
but instead, tonight, unable to take even a mouthful.
Toni made a
mouthful of right hand there in Sky Blue.
Made a critical mistake here. Obviously, turning her attention into Mercedes Moné, her opponent, coming up at All In. And
oh, look at this.
All the others are throwing Sky Blue out of here.
Get to the back!
Sky Blue's got a lead, but as you can see on the left of your screen, and now the carnage continues.
Well, that hardly seems fair. Luther's allowed to stay out here.
Well, Luther didn't attack anyone.
Well, surely that's only a matter of time. Everyone knows how mentally unstable that man is.
Now we're checking in on timeless Toni Storm. Boy, this has to be favorable for Mercedes Moné. I know we're over a month away. Well, she's enjoying every bit of this. Now we're seeing if Toni can stand up. Toni and Julia Hart are set to go one-on-one here. Julia Hart obviously is in charge.
Toni Storm unable to even stand at this juncture. I don't think, in good conscience, the official Aubrey Edwards should allow Miss Storm to compete.
And as you saw Mercedes on her phone, enjoyed a little
Pinot Noir.
Yeah, Julia!
I guess.
Julia!
Meanwhile, Toni Storm just, okay, she's on her feet, which is the good news. And, well, barely. Doc Sampson to help out. Well, we've seen plenty of Doc Sampson tonight. Jeez.
It has been a rough night, certainly.
It has. All right. As
you can see Luther here at ringside, trying to give Toni Storm the clap. Be misconstrued.
And now the bell sounds. Let's see if Toni can continue. And immediately, Julia Hart's on the attack here. Double leg pickup. Toni trying to fight it off, but no. Tried some up kicks that time. Couldn't get rid of Julia Hart, who right now is relentless.
You've got to think at this juncture, this is Julia Hart's match to lose with the AEW Women's Champion Hart.
Up on top. Moonsault cover, 1, 2. No, sir, got it, 2 count.
Great adjustment from Julia Hart there. As she went over, she started to see Toni Storm move, so adjusted to make sure that if she had moved, she still would have landed reasonably safely. Smart move from the former TBS champion, but instead, Ada drop kick. Storm battling back.
You heard her. Fans, this will continue on TBS streaming on Max. Oh, God. Toni Storm trying to hip attack, and you could heard it. You heard it, and you could see it.
Oh, there was an attack of her own to her own hip. Julia Hart now back in strong command. Full mount. It's slamming the head of the circumspect Toni Storm.
2. And a 2 count. Well, Julia Hart, former TBS champion, 7 successful title defenses in her championship reign.
Even before that, it was a 28-match winning streak, eventually broken by Chris Statlander. She would go on to take that title from Statlander. A simple arm wringer from Hart, trying to control her arguably more powerful opponent. And we'll see here. Hart has been known for attempting the rope walk.
What an athlete. Julia Hart, as
great balance, but great risk as well.
As bizarre as she is so talented. There's a running clothesline from behind to the cover. 1, 2. And got a 2 count on the champion.
Of course, Julia Hart, known for that heartless lot as the TBS champion, the current TBS champion. Not to mention all the other titles that she has. Mercedes Moné enjoying a fine steak at ringside. Not sure what cut that is. You eat a lot of steak, don't you, Tony?
I don't eat any steak, no, I don't. Fans chanting Toni's name. Luther trying to get the fans behind her. And it's disrupting Mercedes' dinner.
What do you make of that diet, though? Asparagus, very good.
Each their own.
A diuretic. Not good for you, Toni, certainly.
Back elbows, trying to get out.
Stand here for 2 hours anyway.
Forearm shot. You're too much, McGinnis. Into the midsection.
Right now, it looks like Julia Hart is too much for the AEW Women's Champion.
I agree.
And Moné, who is facing Storm at All In Arlington, Texas, Saturday, July the 12th, just 31 days away. Doesn't look like she's going to be much of a challenge. Certainly looks like come All In. Oof. Mercedes Moné may be leaving with some more gold.
Forearm shot as Toni Storm tries to get out of this predicament. Nope. European uppercut. The relentless Julia Hart right now. Just look at this again.
And to weaken the shoulders of the champion. Hart, of course, known for that heartless lock. A move that focuses on the same region as the infamous sugar hold, made famous by the legendary patriarch Stu Hart. Nothing sweet about.
Toni Storm Back to her feet, trying to counter this move and up to the midsection. There you see Mercedes Moné as we are back live on our summer blockbuster. This has been a domination by Julia Hart over the Women's World Champion, only 31 days away. Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné for the AEW Women's World title. Just a part of our big July in Texas, beginning with Dynamite at the Curtis Colwell Center, going all the way through StarCast on Friday and Saturday, Supercard of Honor, and then, of course, the big one Saturday. Oh, July 12th at Globe Life Field, and now look at this.
That didn't look like much fun.
Julia Hart down, pick up, deadlift German suplex.
Mercedes Moné is stunned here at ringside. I can only imagine how Julia Hart feels. Beautiful fisherman suplex, almost perfect execution. As the champion potentially looking for a second hip attack. And the other champion, the TBS champion, Mercedes Moné. A lot of concern on her face.
Well, we took a look right there at the TBS champion, and right now, Aubrey Edwards backing off. Mercedes Moné has been playing on her phone an awful lot.
Oh, there, the distraction. Gave Julia Hart the chance to get the tarantula on.
2, 3. Back it up, come on.
And a warning. I want to read you this tweet, okay, that she just clued us in on, that she says 5 belts Moné doesn't want to wait until All In to win another title. So next week at Grand Slam Mexico, I want to challenge for the CMLL World Women's Championship.
Wow.
How about that?
Who says you shouldn't read social media?
Well, she told me she's not going to tweet, you need to read.
She might need a bigger table, Tony, by the looks of things.
You
She's
might be
running out of
right.
space as it is.
So next week she wants to challenge for the CMM or CMLL Women's World title. Look at this. Pick up. 1, 2. No, sir. Julia Hart defiantly comes out.
Just unable to keep the shoulders of Hart down. But the eyes rolling around in the skull like marbles. This could do it.
Trying to pick up Julia Hart. Julia Hart. Leg trip takedown. Now drags the champion.
Looking for a moonsault for the second time. Let's see what she does here. Can she adapt?
Mercedes.
There you go. Great landing, but she's given herself up. Small package.
1, 2, got it. 3.
Here's your winner, the AEW Women's World Champion, timeless Toni Storm.
Well, what did that face say to you, Tony?
Well, I can tell you what I think. Mercedes can talk about winning titles in Mexico, Europe, wherever she goes, but she better focus on timeless Toni Storm, because it's all in Texas. On the 12th of July, Toni Storm and the undefeated AEW TBS champion, Mercedes Moné.
Look out, Tony. The CEO knows where to go.
Toni Storm unaware of what's going on. What a battle, fans, that is going to be. What do we have here? Standing over a fallen champion. words for what we just saw, but now we can see what has transpired.
Mercedes Moné had a sniff.
And now,
Wait a second. Mina Shirakawa came for a gulp.
it's Mina.
Certainly Toni Storm needed more Mina. Oh, but wait a second.
Oh, she's come back for more.
Moné would not be done.
Wailing away on Mina Shirakawa. We've seen this from Mercedes before. Looks like she was going to leave. She does a U-turn and then comes back for more.
A tactical retreat only to come back to further make her statement.
Kiss this title goodbye.
Kiss this title goodbye. We'll find out on July 12th what is becoming a monumental night afternoon for AEW. All right, a lot more to come here tonight on our Summer Blockbuster live on TBS and on Max. Here is Lexi Nair with more. Lexi.